He'll be waiting Oikawa, it's on site. Well then keep waiting, him not fighting you. Yay, sure, you'll just sit there and take it then. Like the whore you are. You shouldn't have even got into a relationship in the first place. If you didn't like him back, playing with his emotions is dead-ass wrong and you know it. It's wrong. But not having you in my arms anymore is worse. I want you crippled. Is he in a room right now? I'll go visit. He's at his house. You left him there, surprisingly enough. Or not. Oikawa was seeing Matsune way more often than Iwaizumi during his time in the hospital, and his bed rest afterwards. Yay. It was odd, but Oikawa appreciated it. He was taking time out of his day to see and spend time with him. How could he not? Full stop. Iwaizumi was starting to get distant. Oikawa doesn't know what he did wrong. He understands why Iwaizumi would be upset, but he doesn't know why he's taking it out on Oikawa after all. It's not his fault that Ashijima is obsessed, and it's not like Iwaizumi didn't know they dated. Oikawa sighs and decides to stop thinking about it. Begging for forgiveness over something he didn't do is pointless. Today, Matsune and Maki came over. Oikawa was laid on the edge of the bed flat on his back, pillow in between his legs. Matsune was with Maki, sitting on the floor in front of the TV eating snacks and chatting away. The ring of the doorbell snapped them out of their conversation. Maki and Oikawa are quiet until the duo comes in the room. Atsumu was there now, overnight, bag in this hand. He frowned looking at Oikawa, seeing one of his closest friends in pain due to another friend of his made his heart hurt. He was mad nobody could see how badly Ashijima was trying to turn everyone against Oikawa, trying to isolate him, while burning Tendou in the process. Once Matsune and Maki left, Atsumu decided it was time they had a talk. Tendou, Oikawa and himself needed to settle whatever was going on. Full stop. And that's how the three ended up at a ramen shop together, sat at a round table in the corner of the restaurant, further away from other guests. Let me start by saying, I love you both. He shows a small smile before letting his face relax into a more serious one. I'm so upset that a blockhead like Ashijima pulled you guys apart. I'm not any type of peacemaker, but I want you guys to make up, say whatever you need to get off your chest. Raw and unfiltered, we will find a way to erase the hostility. Oikawa let out a silent laugh, then looked at Tendou. Tendou was already looking at him, so they held eye contact for an uncomfortable moment. Tendou broke the eye contact to look at Atsumu. You want us to say anything? Yes, let it all out, but keep the insults tame. Cause I won't hesitate to pop either of you in the mouth. Straight-mouthed face with one raised eyebrow. He looked back at Oikawa, then sighed deeply. Here goes nothing. I shouldn't have snuck you like that. I was blinded by my rage and jealousy, and you didn't deserve the effects of it. He looked away from Oikawa and down to his bowl. His head hung low in shame, but he kept speaking. I'm sorry. None of this was your fault, but you still ended up affected so badly. He takes a break to let out a breath. I'll admit that I'm jealous of you. I have been for a while. You have amazing, supportive friends, a pretty face, nice hair, amazing body, beautiful smile, a loving relationship. You're the person I've always wanted to be, and I guess I got too overwhelmed when I started seeing Ashijima distancing himself from me to be with you. He was like my person, but obviously not really mine, you know. He let out a soft bitter chuckle before lifting his chopsticks to his mouth. His hands were shaking, and his eyes had glossed over, but man, it felt good to get that off his chest. Oikawa looked at the redhead, eyes wide, lips slightly parted. He had a feeling that Tendou was just insecure, but he didn't think it was full on envy. Oh Tendou. Oikawa couldn't fight the urge to lean over and wrap his arms around Tendou's torso. His head was resting on the other's shoulder as they both let a couple tears slip. I'm so sorry about your knee. I know how much you love volleyball, so I thought taking away something you loved would make you. He's cut off by a choked sob spilling from his throat. This regret was eating him alive. I thought it would make you feel what I do every day, every night, every time I hear your goddamn name. Nothing will excuse what I did to you, especially since it was fully intentional at the time, but I regret it now. And I'm sorry. He kept silently chanting I'm sorry as setting down his chopsticks to cling to the arm in front of his. His shoulders were shaking violently, and he was trying to stay quiet. Fear in public after all. I completely understand Tendou, honestly. I was so angry and confused that I was glad hearing Ashijima hurt you, but seeing you now, like this, in a wheelchair, while I only have a brace, it's so this is fucked up. He should have never done that to you. And to tell you a secret, you were above anyone to him, especially while we were together. Everything was about you. Tendou this, Tendou that. So I decided to let you have him, and left. I felt exactly how you did. I want to forgive you, but I just can't. I'm no longer mad. I don't hate you. I'm not holding anything against you, but I can't forgive you, at least not yet. I understand. You're too kind to me. It honestly pisses me off. You should be yelling at me or some shit. They both let out a huff of a laugh, eventually stopping their tears. They peeled away from each other to make eye contact. My shameless. Oh my god. Emotional Atsumu. The moment was interrupted by Atsumu. Tears of his own were falling. The scene warmed and hugged his heart. His unplanned plan worked. Y'all are so mature. I'm so proud of you, Guis. My heart. He slammed his head against the table, trying to give himself privacy with the shield of his arm. Full stop. Later on that night, Oikawa agreed to let Atsumu and Tendou stay at his place. It was getting dark, and he didn't want Tendou to have to wheel back home alone. Okay, so now that everything is settled, we need to get our get back. Yes, not just for Oikawa, but for you too. He shoots a pointed look at Tendou. Y'all already know I don't play about you guys. You both got manipulated hella, and I'm not just gonna watch you guys grow to hate each other other over a guy who possibly gets off to that. Yay, you're right, I guess. So what's the plan? Full stop. Group created. 5-volt 1. Y'all. Oh lord. Hi Sue. Hey guys, what's this for?